Today's lesson is on rational equations. Let's look at the steps used to solve an equation with decimals or fractions. These steps are the same as solving one-step equations. First step, locate the variable. Step number 2, determine the operation tied to the variable. Step number 3, use the inverse or opposite operations on both sides of the equal sign to solve. And step number 4, check your solution. Let's start with number 1. Looking at number 1, we see that we need to isolate the variable c. That means we need to get rid of negative 6 2/10. The opposite of subtracting 6 2/10 is to add 6 2/10 to both sides of the equation. Since my signs are different, I know that I must subtract. When subtracting decimals, line your decimals up. So 6 20 minus 1 25 I cannot take 5 from 0, so I borrow from the 2. 10 minus 5 is 5. I cannot take 2 from 1, so I borrow from 6. 11 minus 2 is 9, and I bring my decimal down. 5 minus 1 is 4. Since 6 2/10 is the greater absolute value and it's positive, that means that 4 95 will be positive. Remember, we can check our solutions. So I'm going to plug 4 95 in for C. So that's negative 6 2/10 plus 4 95 My signs are different, so I subtract. So that's 6 20 minus 4 95 I borrow from the 2. 10 minus 5 is 5. I borrow from the 6. 11 minus 9 is 2. Bring our decimal down. 5 minus 4 is 1. This would be a negative because 6 2/10 is a greater absolute value. I can see now that negative 1 25 is equal to negative 1 25 So my solution is correct. Let's look at number 4 so we can practice with subtraction. On number 4, we have negative 8 3/10 equals x minus 4. To isolate the variable, I need to get rid of minus 4. The opposite of subtracting 4 is to add 4 to both sides of the equation. So I'm going to add a decimal 0 so that my numbers have the same place value. I see that I have negative 8 3/10 plus 4. My signs are different, so I know I must subtract. So 8 3/10 minus 4. 3 minus 0 is 3. Bring my decimal down. 8 minus 4 is 4. Since 8 3/10 has the greater absolute value, x will be negative 4 3/10. Again, I can check my solution. So 8 3/10, or negative 8 3/10, is equal to negative 4 3/10 minus 4. I would add the opposite sign. Now my signs are the same, so I add, and I see that my solution is correct. Let's look down at number 7. Here we have negative 4 7/10 times y equals 16 45 The opposite of multiplying by negative 4 7/10 is to divide by negative 4 7/10. So I'm going to divide that on both sides of my equation. I see that my signs are different, so I know that my answer will be a negative. Now I'm just going to divide. 4 7/10 divided into 16 45 We move our decimal once in our divisor, once in our dividend. Go ahead and place it in your quotient. I know that 47 cannot divide into 1 or into 16, but it will divide into 164. 164 divided by 47, it will go 3 times. When I multiply 3 times 47, I get 141. I subtract 141 from 164. That leaves me with 23. Bring your 5 down. Now we're going to divide 235 by 47. It will go 5 times. 5 times 47 is 235. So y equals negative 3 and 5/10. Again, I can multiply negative 4 and 7/10 times negative 3 and 5/10, and that will give me 16 and 45/100. So I know my solution is correct. Let's look down at number 10. Here we have a division problem. 48/100 equals b divided by 5. The opposite of dividing by 5 is to multiply by 5. That means these 5's cancel out. So I multiply 48/100 times 5. Remember, when multiplying decimals, you line your digits up, not your decimals. 8 times 5 is 40. Here we are 4. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 4 is 24. I have 2 decimal places, so that's going to give me b as 2 and 4/10. Look at number 12. Negative 1 and 2/10 equals y divided by 4 and 4/10. The opposite of dividing by 4 and 4/10 is to multiply both sides by 4 and 4/10. Again, we're going to line our digits up, not our decimals. We multiply. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. Drop 0 as a placeholder. 4 times 1 is 4. Now we add. 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 1 plus 4 is 5. I have a total of 2 decimal places, so that leaves me with y equals 5 and 28/100. I see I have a negative and a positive here. Since my signs are different, my answer will be negative 5 and 28/100. Now let's look at set 2. These are equations with fractions. Let's begin with number 13. We're going to isolate our variables, which means we need to get rid of negative 1 and 1/2. Negative 1 and 1/2. Negative 1 1/2. So we add 1 1/2 to both sides of our equation. I'm going to change these into improper fractions so that I can better compute. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 4 is negative 34/5, plus 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3/2. I see I have denominators of 5 and 2, so my least common denominator is going to be 10. I know that 5 times 2 is 10, so I'll multiply 34 times 2, and that gives me 68/10. Plus 2 times 5 is 10, 3 times 5 is 15. My signs are different, so I'm going to subtract 68 minus 15. 8 minus 5 is 3, 6 minus 1 is 5. So that would be a negative 53/10. I can change that back into a mixed number. 10 divides into 53 5 times. 5 times 10 is 50 with 3 left. So that's negative 5 and 3/10. Let's look at number 15. All right, look at number 14. Here we have 2 2/3 plus a. In order to isolate a, I have to get rid of 2 2/3. So I'm going to subtract 2 2/3 from both sides of my equation. So that means I have 3 minus 2 2/3 equals a. I'm going to change these into improper fractions. 3 as an improper fraction is 3 over 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8/3. My least common denominator with 3 and 1 is going to be 3. 1 times 3 is 3, so I'll multiply 3 times 3 to get 9, and then I'm going to subtract 8/3. 9 minus 8 is 1/3, so a equals 1/3. Recall that to divide by a fraction, you must multiply by its reciprocal. Let's look at 17 together. 3/4 times a equals 3/8. The opposite of multiplying by 3/4 is to divide by 3/4. When we divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal, which in this case is 4/3. So now I have a equals 3/8 times 4/3. I can cross simplify. 3 and 3 share a common factor of 3. 4 and 8 share a common factor of 4. When I multiply straight across, I have 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 1 is 2. So that means that a equals 1/2. Let's look at number 18. The opposite of multiplying by 1/2 is to divide by 1/2. Remember, to divide fractions, you multiply by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal would be 2/1. So now my problem reads x equals -17/18 times 2/1. I can cross simplify. 18 and 2 share a common factor of 2. Now I'll multiply straight across. -17 times 1 is -17. 9 times 1 is 9. I can change this into an improper fraction, and that's going to give me -1. When I subtract 17 minus 9, it leaves me with 8/9. So that is -1 and 8/9. Look at number 20. -15 divided over 21 equals 3 times n divided by 7. In order to solve this problem, we first need to multiply both sides by 7. So now we have 7/1 times -15/21 equals 3 times n. I'm going to cross simplify. 7 and 21, I can divide by 7. So that gives me -15/3 equals 3 times n. The opposite of multiplying by 3 is to divide by 3. So now I have -15/3 divided by 3/1. So that is -15/3 times the reciprocal, which is 1/3. That gives me -15/9. I divide, and that's going to give me -1 and 6/9, which simplifies to -1 and 2/3.